Hello, Hilltop. Thanks for clicking the next tile in our foot skills and soccer lesson for our terrific Tuesday of PE. I hope you enjoyed learning the trapping and dribbling skills on the last tile. And now we're going to talk about passing and shooting a soccer ball towards a target and a goal. Now, if you notice, I've got a different ball out. And right here, I've got a small circle that's on the floor here in the gym. And that's going to be an important thing for when I'm learning my passing and shooting skills, because the circle that's next to the ball is actually going to be the landing spot for your foot that doesn't do the kicking. So when you kick a soccer ball to either pass or shoot towards the goal, you kick it with only one foot. Yep, it's kind of hard to kick a ball with 2 feet at the same time. So you have to decide which is the dominant foot or the foot you want to practice kicking with first. Just like all our other skills, I encourage you to practice with both legs or both arms, so that way you can become skilled with both of them. But for right now, we're going to choose which foot we want to use. Now, I like to do most of my kicking with my right foot and my right leg. So what I have is this spot is going to be for my left foot to step on for when I'm kicking. Because the first important thing for shooting and passing a soccer ball is where you put your plant foot, or the foot that stands next to the ball when you're kicking. Some of you may have practiced playing a kicking or soccer game before, and you try to kick the ball and, oh, I missed it. Well, sometimes your foot won't be able to reach if the foot that's on the floor is too far away from where the ball is. So if I step right here and try to kick the ball, Mr. Amici, I can't reach it. I have to step next to the ball with my plant foot, or the foot that doesn't do the kicking, and then swing forward with the foot that does kick the ball. So it's important to look or find the spot where you want to step before kicking. So as a nice visual for you, I'm going to use this circle right now as the spot where I want to plant or put the leg that doesn't kick. I'm going to stand facing this direction because I'm going to kick towards my targets that I have there on the wall. I start out behind the ball, and what I want to do is take a few steps forward, and then the foot that does not kick the ball steps right next to the ball. And then the one that I do want to kick swings back and then forward towards my target. Now, do you remember when we practiced our underhand rolling and tossing? How when we swung our arm, we wanted to go straight back and then straight forward towards our target? Because remember, this ball does not have a mind of its own. It only goes where you direct it to. So think about that when you're swinging your foot forward to kick the ball. If I swing my foot and leg over to that direction, where do you think the ball's going to go? That direction. But if I want to swing it and kick it straight forward, my ball will go straight forward. Okay, so use that strong brain of yours to control where you swing your leg and your foot. Now, after I kick, I'm going to go and trap the ball, dribble it back, and I can try again. So I put my ball on the side where the spot is. I'm going to take a few steps back, a few steps forward, plant foot next to the ball, swing my kicking foot straight forward. Now I want you to take a look down at your feet. See how your foot points forward when you're kicking? Those toes straight forward, that's great. But if you notice your toe and your foot, it kind of comes to a little bit of a point. You want to give the ball a nice flat surface to hit against so that you know you're getting a nice flat contact and pushing that ball straight forward. So especially when we're passing to someone where we want to keep the ball on the floor, when you bring that foot back and then start bringing it forward again, you want to turn your leg so the inside of your foot faces forward. So I kind of swing it straight back and forward. I'm going to stand back here so you can see my foot go back, and then I turn it as I push it forward, and that helps my accuracy when I'm kicking and passing my soccer ball. So I know it's a lot to remember, But let's review again real quick. You want to step next to the ball with the foot that isn't doing the kicking. Swing that leg straight back, and as you come forward, turn that kicking foot so the inside of your foot faces forward, and that'll give it a nice flat surface for you to contact the ball and push it straight towards your target, just like you would when you're underhand rolling and tossing. And once your body has enough practice of stepping next to a spot or a mark on the floor when you're kicking, you can start moving it to where there isn't a spot, and you just know I have to step next to the ball with my plant foot, turn my inside of my foot forward, and swing towards my target with my kicking leg. Now the difference between passing and shooting is when you're passing, just like in hockey, you're trying to send the ball to someone else on your team. But when you're shooting, you're trying to kick it as fast or as hard as you can to make it into the goal. So that means you're going to probably increase the speed of the kick a little bit. And now with the increased speed comes a little decrease in accuracy. So you don't want to kick as hard and as fast as you can, because then it's harder to control where you're getting it to go. I've got the paper ball out now. And if I want to do a kick where I'm shooting at a goal, I want to be a few steps back so I can get a running start to step next to the ball and kick forward. Now, if I want to get this ball up in the air a little bit, what I do, rather than turn my foot flat and sideways, the inside of my foot, is I keep that toe pointed a little bit more forward, and I want to point it down. And I want to show you that that makes like a little slope out of my shoe and my foot. And then when I raise my foot up in the air, it lifts the ball with it. So I would kick almost down to have my toe point down and forward so I can get underneath that ball and lift up. I'll show you with this bigger ball that I have here. And the bigger the ball like this one, the easier it will be. Let's push our paper ball to the side to get that ball up into the air, because I can step next to it, point that toe down and forward, and then scoop it up when I kick. I'll show you that again with another ball. See how I trap, dribble it to the spot I want it. Am I using my hands? Nope. Few steps back, step next to the ball, point that toe down and forward, and then scoop up and get that ball to go up into the air. Because when we're shooting at a soccer or a hockey goal, the goal isn't just on the floor, it's elevated a little bit. So we can get it in the air somewhat, but we don't want it too high. So I'll take a few steps back, get a running start, step next to the ball, point my toe down and forward, and scoop up. I didn't get under it very well on that one. This was my paper ball. So again, the bigger the ball, the easier it'll be to get that foot scooped up and underneath. Depending on what target you're using, you can practice different skills. If you've got a traditional goal, like you see the one, if I kicked it in there, it'll probably stay in there for me, and I'll have to go and get it. If you retrieve it, try to pull it out with your foot. Say you don't have a goal, or a bucket, or a hula hoop, or cones, but you have a wall. You could practice your passing off of the wall, and the ball comes back to you. Reposition yourself to swing it forward, and then maybe try pointing that toe forward and try a soccer shot. So if you don't have a target to shoot at, but maybe you have a wall, you could practice passing the ball back and forth off of the wall to yourself, and that'll get you used to practicing all the skills of trapping, maybe dribble it to a spot, trap it again, a few steps back, running start, kick that ball down and up. If you've got the hula hoop or the blanket or towel, maybe you want to step and try to pass to get it to stop on the target. You did it. If you've got the cones, you could do shooting or passing skills. And if you're kicking it and it's going in the goal every time, and Mr. Amici, I'm just so good at my soccer skills that it's really not that exciting anymore. Maybe move further back, so you have to kick it from further away. and try to make a super long pass into the goal. Or if you're playing this activity with a brother or sister or a family member, you could have someone be a goalie, where their job is to try to block the ball from going into the goal while you try to kick it. And a way to change that would be, say you're playing with someone that's older than you or and has played soccer before. Maybe they have to kick from further away, or what you could do is make the goal for them smaller, so it's a smaller target, or if it's more new for you, you could make the target bigger. So there's many different ways that you can practice and improve on your soccer skills and always change it so it keeps it fun and exciting. So we went over some trapping. Remember, where we control the ball with the bottom of our foot if we ever want to stop it or move it around. We did some dribbling, where we control that ball with the insides and outsides of our feet. We did some passing, where you step next to the ball, swing that kicking leg straight back and forward, and remember to turn your foot so the inside of your foot is contacting that ball for when you're passing. And when we're shooting towards our soccer goal to get a running start, step next to the ball, swing down, point that toe down and forward a little bit, and scoop that ball up. I hope you enjoyed our soccer activity today. Remember, you can watch these videos anytime on our YouTube channel, Hilltop Elementary Physical Education. We'll see you next time. Go Hawks! Bye, everybody.